Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Did you watch the MTV Music Awards last night? You didn't? I thought all you kids watched that stuff. Oh, you don't? Okay. Anyhow, so you know the things that you hear. We got a couple more stories this morning we're working on. You know the things that you hear when you're just in passing, So I get up in the morning and I turn on the news and I heard something the other day. It was the other day that I heard that something about how bad CNN's ratings had fallen. I mean, I know this is kind of like, to some of you it's old news. I never give it much thought. I mean, I know it's terrible, but I heard how bad CNN's ratings are falling, and a couple weeks ago I heard CNN falls lower than the Food Network, right? Lower than the Food Network, Sharknado or something, Sharknado or whatever, and Ancient Aliens. They have fallen worse than Ancient Aliens. They're, Anderson Cooper is getting beat in prime time by a show called Ancient Aliens on HGTV or History Channel or whatever. So this morning I'm watching 5 a.m. and CNN's running with a story of how MSN, Microsoft has rooted out Russian hackers that were trying to hack 6 websites. And they're the same hackers that were related to, or the same set of hackers that hacked the DNC server. And I'm listening to this, and Microsoft had discovered that they tried to hack here recently 6 websites. And I'm thinking, if these people could do all this, why don't they find the people on Facebook that clone identities all day long and send out Facebook friend requests to try to hack Facebook? I mean, why not find those? Because when that girl sends you that Facebook friend request, she doesn't like you. You know what I mean? That girl doesn't like you. Why'd she send you a Facebook friend request? But they go on and on. So this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, I got CNN on. And CNN is telling me about this this story on MSN, and they even go to a reporter in Russia. And I was like, how bad can CNN get at 5 o'clock? How bad? And David Briggs went over there. Now, David Briggs used to be on Fox. Okay, and I'm thinking, what did you see? What was the upside that you saw that came across to you that you said, hey, I see the writing on the wall here at Fox, I better jump to CNN? Because at one time in the morning at 4 a.m., all right, maybe he didn't like to get up early. He's doing the early over at CNN. But at 4 a.m., there used to be this guy, David Briggs, right? And he was on at 4 and 5. David Briggs was on in the morning with this lady, and then and he'd also get some Saturday morning work, but all of a sudden he disappeared, and I'm like, where did David Briggs go? Where'd he go? We kind of liked the guy in the morning. He was all right. And there's another guy. This guy's name's Rob over on Fox at 4 a.m. But I look, and all of a sudden David Briggs is over at CNN, and I'm thinking, what was the upside on that career move, right? But I said, can CNN get this? Can it fall any further? And then I started looking on the internet, and it said CNN falls to the Food Network in last week's ratings. I was like, to the Food Network. And then CNN loses in quarterly ratings to the Home and Garden Television. I was like, so if you just Google CNN's rating, I was like, what? All right, they're losing here also. And I'm thinking to myself, there's only like what? Who else could they lose ratings and fall behind? I mean, who's next? What's next for CNN? For their ratings to be worse than, right? Amanda, what the hell happened to you? I set the whole thing up. I told you when I wanted my picture and everything. Huh? Are you in there? Was that funny? Huckleberry Hound, there's the joke. She killed that. So let's try the punchline again. CNN's ratings could be worse than what? Huckleberry Hound? Oh, sorry. MSNBC joins CNN's in ratings behind Nickelodeon and HGTV. Nickelodeon, isn't that where they play Huckleberry Hound? I'm just joking, man. I mean, how bad can these networks get? So, that being said, take my joke off there. Is there a reason that you intentionally sabotage my joke? Am I supposed to believe that? Okay, that's what happened. Okay, I'll believe that. I'll believe that. Okay, so let's go with this. Now, I want you to look at, oh, by the way, here's another one. Have you seen the commercial for this, Amanda? Toro. Is it Toro or Tora? Skip the rental counter. Skip the rental counter. Before, book unforgettable cars from local hosts around the world. Okay? It's like you rent your car. I'm serious. You way better than a rental car. People put their cars up for rent. I'm serious. The car that pays for itself, make a dent in your monthly car payments on average. Toro hosts can cover their payments by sharing their cars just 9 days a month. Who thought this was a good idea? 9 days a month. I mean, I'm wondering who really thought this was an awesome idea. I don't know. As a host, you're covered by $1 million in liability insurance and your car is protected against physical damage. Or bring your own commercial rental insurance and take a bigger piece of the pie. Yeah, I bought a car, and here's what I want to do. I want to let a damn stranger drive it 9 days a month. Because I didn't have the money to buy the car in the first place, and my alternative plan was to have 9 days to rent it to somebody else. Rent my car to a stranger. Yeah, you want to drive my car today? Don't change the presets on the radio. Don't change the seat function. Okay, 9 days out of the month, you got to reset your seat, fix your radio, set your rear view mirror, make sure nobody smoked in the thing. All right. I'm telling you, you've not seen the commercial for this? I'm just thinking to myself, okay, so you rent the car, okay, to a stranger. You know, we went through a generation that we picked people up back in the 50s and 60s and maybe early 70s, but 50s and 60s, if somebody was hitchhiking to town and had their thumb out, especially military. If somebody was in the military, it was almost like it was against the law not to stop and give a military man or man a ride home on leave. But you would give people a ride back in the 50s and 60s. And then we went into the 70s and 80s and 90s. We went into about 30 years as that decline of giving people and trusting people went out the window. Trusting people went out the window to where it didn't matter if you had 4 kids in the car and it was on fire and the hood was up and your wife was in the car and you were trying to flag people down. No, they didn't stop. They didn't trust you, okay? Nobody stopped and helped anybody. Or if you were hitchhiking, don't pick them up. Don't pick them up. So we went through that phase. Now we're back to, we'll let anybody in the damn car. We got this thing, what is that app? Uber. What the hell is it? Uber, right? Uber, right? Or whatever the hell it is. Uber app. And then they have this thing called Lyft, right? It's called Lyft. And we'll get in a car with anybody. I mean, go to town, party all night, get drunk as can be, and hit an app on a phone and say, any damn body, could you swing by and pick my ass up that I can trust you drunk enough to get me home, right? I mean, am I wrong here with this thinking? I don't know. Now we'll get in the car with anybody. I mean, just anybody. And now we're saying, oh yeah, you want to borrow my car. You wouldn't even let your best friend drive your car. Oh, you want to borrow my car for 9 days? Because I couldn't afford to buy one in the first place. So I'll tell you what, I'll loan it out for 9 days so I can upgrade to that nicer car that I wanted. Okay, FetchYourNews.com. I am wasting so much time. I got 2 more things I want to talk about. FetchYourNews.com. Let's go back to Lumpkin County. Did I send you this kid's mugshot? I didn't, did I? Victor. Go to FetchYourNews.com, Lumpkin County, and pull up Victor Acosta. Acosta might get deported. See if you can get his picture. If you can't, don't worry about it. But this is in Dahlonega. He's a Dahlonega restaurant resident. Victor Acosta faces possible deportation in Mexico. Lumpkin County resident Victor Acosta, 30 years old, was arrested in Dahlonega on August 9th after a warrant had been issued for his arrest due to violating the terms of his probation. While incarcerated in Lumpkin County, he received an additional hold for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. ICE transported Acosta from Lumpkin County Sheriff's Office to the Irwin County Detention Center on Tuesday, August 14th. On Friday, the 17th, Acosta was transported once again to Stewart County Detention Center and Stewart County Detention Center in Lumpkin, Georgia, where he recently awaits immigration hearing. I think it was from Lumpkin County. Immigration hearing. Acosta moved to America from Mexico in 2000. He has lived in Lumpkin County for 18 years. Prior to his arrest, he participated in the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. He has been serving probation for a DUI charge that he received in 2015 and has no other criminal activity on his record, according to Acosta. The results of the mandated drug test showed traces of amphetamines in his system, which goes against the terms of his probation. During a phone interview with Fetch Your News, Acosta expressed his confusion over the situation. Anyone who knows me knows that I don't take amphetamines, Acosta explained. I can't wrap my brain around how this happened. So he is going to court. Now he is asking people in the area to help support him. Anyone that can write a letter in support of him being released to go home to Dahlonega, you know, he's asking for people to show their support that he's been there for 18. But there's just a situation right there close to home, right there in Dahlonega. Victor Acosta, a DACA, he's in the DACA system, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, but he's picked up and sent down. He's going for a deportation hearing after he violated his probation for a DUI. So what say you? Huh? Let's take a small break. Let's not take that 30-minute break that we've been taking, you know, between segments. I don't know. What do you got? 92 commercials? Just take like a 2-minute break and come back. I want to set something else.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Okay, folks, we're back at 10 o'clock. North Georgia's only online sports show, Instant Replay with Dave Garner. Instant Replay with Dave Garner, and we're back here, 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com. Now, tonight, I understand, okay, let's just say this, all right? One race to watch that's going to be fun, and I know some of you don't look at politics as fun, that is going to be fun, is the Morrissey Mansion race. Put their picture up. Pat Morrissey and Joe Manchin, Senate race in West Virginia, okay? And this was going to be fun for a reason, because you've got Joe Manchin is the dirt of West Virginia. The Manchin family is the dirt of West Virginia. It's going to be hard religiously, and I say this in all due respect to my friends. And first of all, it's West by God, Virginia. So up there in West by God, Virginia, it's almost like a religion that you have to vote for a Manchin, all right? And then you have Pat Morrissey there from New Jersey, okay? That is the Attorney General of West Virginia. He's the AG of West Virginia there. And he won the Republican primary to take on Joe Manchin. And he is a big supporter of the president, not from the beginning. There's some question. He supported Ted Cruz, but let's not go there. But he supports the President of the United States. He's the Attorney General of West Virginia. He has won, I think, the Attorney General statewide race twice, so he's known statewide, and voters know him at the ballot box. So there's Joe Manchin, senator, former governor of West Virginia, now senator, and the whole Mr. Dam and the whole damn family of Manchins have been from West Virginia for years. They are the dirt, and it's almost religion, regardless of Republican or Democrat, you got to vote for Joe. So this is going to be fun to watch, because I'm going to ask you to watch this one in a way, because this is going to be one of those, what does the president really have? I mean, now, West Virginia, he won 31-40 or something like that. I mean, he won his highest winning percentage as president of the United States was West Virginia. So, Brian Kemp in Georgia, we know all too well that Kemp was running, okay? We know all too well that Kemp was running ahead. We do here, the ones on the ground, in Georgia before Election Day. So I think if President Trump would not have gotten in to the race, it would have been about a 55. Kemp would have broke the 50, somewhere around 55. But when Trump just sent a tweet, and then sent a retweet, then sent his man Pence down here, well, that bumped Kemp all the way up to 70 with Republican voters. Okay, all the way up to a 70. Now that was with Republican voters. This is down the middle here, Republican, Democrat in the general. So right now, I understand Morrissey's running about 8 points behind in West Virginia, which he's got to be happy as can be against Joe Manchin down by 8. Got to be happy as can be. All right, Manchin's got money. He is an incoming Democrat. He's got the best name recognition in the entire state of West Virginia. There's not a politician in West Virginia since Robert Byrd. Robert C. Byrd, has anybody had the name has the name recognition that Joe Manchin has. Okay? So Morrissey's got to be very happy. Now tonight, the President of the United States, first of all, EPA unveils new Trump plan gutting Obama power plant rules. Now, Detroit, we're okay. The blue wall, okay? So we talk about the blue wall. Trump has already gut and rolled back, which the auto industry has a big sigh of relief on the MPGs that were going to be required. He's rolled back the required MPGs per gallon, okay? Detroit loves everything about that. Now he's rolling back the EPA's gutting Obama power plant rules. The Trump administration on Tuesday unveiled its plan to replace former President Obama's Clean Power Plan regulations. Now, you remember when Obama said you could build a power plant, but you'll go broke doing it. Remember that? You could build one, but it'll cause you to go broke. You remember that? It'll cause you to go broke? So the administration Tuesday unveiled a plan to replace former Obama's Clean Power Plant regulations, which imposed new restrictions on coal-fired power plants that President Trump vowed to unravel. The new plan will set off a huge battle with environmental groups who argue it would exacerbate global warming, and have promised to fight it in court. The plan is being called the Affordable Clean Energy Rule and was signed by Environmental Protection Agency head Andrew Wheeler Monday. Trump's administration officials hailed the new rule as much needed upgrade to the heavily restrictive Obama policies that thought to significantly cut carbon emissions from coal-fired plants that didn't meet modern pollution standards, okay? Remember, it was going to cause you to go broke. You remember Obama said that? Now, President Donald J. Trump is going to West Virginia tonight. He's going to West Virginia tonight. And what a rally that will be. And I wonder what happens when every newspaper in the state says that Donald J. Trump endorses Morrissey and, by the way, is rolling back Obama-era regulations on coal-fired power plants. They'll go nuts. They will go nuts. Western Pennsylvania, all the coal mining areas will go nuts over that. No, I mean that in a good way. It's the environmentalists that will go nuts. It's the environmentalists that will chain themselves to lampposts in Washington, D.C., naked with bandanas around their face so they don't have to breathe in the carbon monoxide. It'll be crazy stuff they'll do, okay? I'm your host, BKP. Tonight, don't forget, find the Facebook page, Team FYN Sports Facebook page. Tonight, 7 o'clock, Pickens Power Half-Hour Dragon Talk. Head coach Chris Parker and assistant coach and players tonight, 7 o'clock with Dave Garner. Dave Garner is doing the show first time in 5 years. I'm actually not hosting Pickens Power Half-Hour Dragon Talk. Dave Garner is taking that down at Johnny's New York Style Pizza, but don't forget you can watch that tonight on Team FYN Sports Facebook page live. I'm your host, BKP. Now stay tuned right now because coming up, instant replay with Dave Garner. Take us out here, Amanda.